I still say no.
Why do you still say no?
Because I was told if the Y repeat is not a function.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Because I was told if the Y repeat is not a function. So I'm not changing my mind.
If the X repeats.
The Y.
I heard it was Y.
The Y repeat.
What you may be getting confused is right now we're dealing with Y is a function of X. That could be true if X was a function of Y, then maybe.
Like if it was reversed.
If it was reversed. But in this case we're dealing with Y. We're dealing with Y being a function of X, this is our definition for a function. If the input value is assigned to exactly one output value, then it is a function. That's the definition. And then in this case, our X is our input value and our Y is our output. If it was reversed and our Y was our input and our X was our output, then yeah, you could be having that confused.
So you saying if it was 2 tens, then it wouldn't be a function?
No, what I'm saying, for this not to be a function,
2 tens for X.
if I could plug in 8, if I put in this ordered pair, if I put in another 8 and -3, then I would have to map this one to this one as well.
Yeah,
Then it would not be a function.
If it was 2 tens.
Because I have one input value mapping to 2 output values. And that I can't have that for a function.
Okay, what if you had a -1? No, that's all. What?
You sure? You get it? All right, moving on. All right. Wait, did everybody have this? Does everybody have this?
Yes, sir.
I can erase it?
Yeah.
All right, next example. What if I didn't give you ordered pairs? What if I gave you the equation 2x plus y? Don't say uh-oh, it's simple. And I wanted to ask if y is a function of x. What would I do first?
Get Y by itself.
Get y by itself. I'd solve for y. So how would I do that?
Move the
Subtract
negative. Subtract 2x from each side.
Subtract 2x from each side. So I get y equals 7 minus 2x, right? All right, now, how could I find out if this is a function, if y is a function of x? There are more than one. There's a couple of ways I can do this. What's one way? That's one way we can do it graphically, but going with what we just learned, what's the definition for a function?
A relation that assigns to each input number exactly one output number.
All right, so my question is, if I input any number for this equation, will I get just one number for my output?
Yes.
Say that again. If you input one number in your equation.
If I input a number and if I choose any number from -infinity all the way to +infinity, if I just plug in one number in this equation, could I get more than one answer for y?
Yes.
Could I?
Yes.
All right, now going back to our definitions from yesterday, what kind of function is this? Linear. It's a linear function. It's a linear function. What's the domain for a linear function?
X and y. Y equals x.
Negative infinity to infinity.
Oh,
Negative infinity to positive infinity. That means that any number I plug in for x, I will get a number for y. All right, so if you want, we could plug in values for x. So let's go with
5.
4.
let's go with some negative numbers first.
Negative
negative
5.
2.
Negative 4.
Negative 2.
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
Negative 17.
All right, let's
Negative
move
1.
towards positive. Negative 1. 0.
2.
1.
And
1.
4.
2.
And 2. All right, that's enough.
What you got?
4.
All right, x and y. I plug in -4 for this. What do I get? Somebody give it to me.
Negative 4, 8, negative 1.
What I get?
Oh, 8.
1.
Negative
1.
Negative
Negative
1.
1.
-1. Next question. Next one.
Negative 2, that's negative 4. 3.
3. Keep it going.
5.
5.
7.
7.
2. 2, 3,
Nine.
5.
Five.
5. 5.
5,
And 3.
3.
and 3. So you see the pattern that's going. I'm just getting one value for y, right?
That's not
Yeah.
three. That's not three. How
It's
you
not-
negative? I'm talking about -2 times -2.
It's negative
It's
4.
4.
And they
No.
gonna turn 4 subtract. They gonna take
7 from 4 is 3.
And they
No.
gonna turn positive.
2 times -2 is -4 minus a negative number is positive. You gotta add it, so that's 7 plus 4 is 11. Alright, but the pattern y'all see is whenever I plug in one input number, I'm getting what? Exactly what? One output. So is y a function of x?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Alright, now what if I gave you,
Don't erase it.
I'm not erasing. What if I gave you y squared equals x plus 1?
That's the u.
Hold
That's negative infinity, comma, infinity. So it's about.
First thing we gotta do is get y by, we gotta get rid of the square sign, right?
Yes.
on. Shoot some
Square rooted.
I do the square root of both sides, right?
Yes.
And that'll be y equals plus or minus the square root of x plus 1. Alright, so is y a function of x?
Yes.
Why do you say that, Donald?
Like if we do the same thing that we did for the apple.
It might be.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It looked like.
Alright, you're not sure. Alright, let's find out.
If I put 8,
Let's find, you don't think so. Why you don't think so? It's right in front of you.
I don't know, because if I put 8 and 8, that'd be 9 square root.
What'd you
Y
ask?
equals 3.
I said is y a function of x?
No.
No, you got 2 values.
Because I got what?
2 values.
I get 2 values for y, because I got a plus and minus, right?
Oh.
It's right in front of you, alright. Because look at this. My original equation was what? Y squared equals
x plus 1.
square root, no, yeah, x plus 1. X plus 1, right? Alright, so let's make this simple. Let's say I plugged in 4 for this, right? I plugged in 3 for this, for x. I put my input value is 3. Alright? So now I have y squared equals 4, right? If x
Y
equals
squared.
y squared equals 4, right? Now, would you agree that negative 2 squared equals 4?
Yes.
Would you agree that 2 squared equals 4?
Yes.
So I have more than one values for this input, right?
Yes.
So is it not, so is it a function?
No.
No, it's not. Alright, so moving forward, another way we can see if y is a function of x is by, what did you say earlier? You said the G
Oh,
word.
right.
Graphing, how do we find out graphically if it's a function of, if y is a function of x?
You gotta change, you gotta make sure your Y is on one side,
Then y-
and
then
then you
y
gotta
is
put it
that
in,
one.
and on your,
It's a method I'm looking for.
Y intercept.
what was the question?
That's the question again.
Graphically, if I wanted to see if,
Y intercept form?
not y-intercept
O
form,
intercept form?
there's a method.
What is
Ask
the
the
question?
question.
You gotta find the Y, you gotta solve for the Y.
Alright, you solve for the y. Alright, if I wanted to find out if y is a function of an x, if I gave you an equation, I wanted to find out if it's a function, how could I find that out graphically?
First you have to,
You got substitute.
It's a
One
test.
word.
There's a certain test you have to do.
Don't you got substitute in there with zeros?
what
No.
do
Don't
you
you
begin
just
with?
look left and right?
Don't you look for what?
Like left and right.
There's something that has to do with an up and down line. What did you say?
And then vertical too.
Vertical line test. Y'all remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all didn't learn the vertical line test?
No.
I just learned this yesterday.
Who remembers the vertical line test? Raise your hand.
I remember.
Only 3 people. Alright, so what that is saying is, if I have an equation, and I grab that equation, let's say I have a parabola.
You gotta see if them.
A parabola is what? A U, right?
Yeah.
What is a vertical line? Up and down. Simple test, a vertical line test. If I can draw a vertical line on the graph,
And it goes
it only
down.
goes through what?
One